What's good, y'all? So as you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about the world's most popular soda, Coca-Cola. Now, don't get me wrong, all these sodas, number one, they're all owned by the Coca-Cola company, but then like all these sodas are pretty much the same thing, plus or minus an ingredient here or there. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same poison with a different label. All right. But I wanted to focus on Coca-Cola because I saw a clip by Dick Gregory. For those of you that are new to my channel that don't know me, like Dick Gregory is one of my biggest teachers. I've been watching his lectures for like over and over, and I always go back and I learn something different, or based off of what I've been learning in my own journey, it's like something that he said just strikes me a little bit, like it hits a little bit different. So he'll always be my teacher, you know what I mean? But one of the things that he was talking about, like I saw a quick clip from him this morning, and he was talking about how there is literally a chemical reaction between the solution that we call soda and the plastic bottle, right? He literally gave the reason why, and some of you probably noticed this yourselves. When you have soda, when you have this Coca-Cola out of the glass bottle, it tastes a lot different from the soda in the plastic bottles. That's because there's literally a chemical reaction between the soda and the plastic. You have to remember that these plastic bottles are petroleum based. So when that petroleum bottle starts to have this reaction, that petroleum bottle, that byproduct is just leaching into what you call your refreshment. And when you look at these ingredients and what they do, you're like, these things are anything but refreshing. You see what I'm saying? So like in my fashion, like in some of my videos where I was like in the stores and I was reading off the ingredients and what some of them do to you, I'm pretty much going to do that now for everybody. All right. Now I can't walk around in the stores because, I'm in my mobile office here, like in the middle of nowhere. But I Googled everything just like you should. Go do your own research. OK, but this is some stuff that I figured out. Now, one interesting thing before we get into the ingredients and the health effects of all this type of stuff is when you are looking at the ingredients list, they are listed by amount. OK. So the first thing is that there's the most of that thing in this food or this drink that you're drinking. So the first ingredient is carbonated water. The second largest amount of this ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. All right. So water and high fructose corn syrup, aka just some dense syrupy sugar. All right, this stuff that spikes, like especially for diabetics, this thing that spikes your blood sugar, this thing that's that keeps bombarding your pancreas to give you what's called diabetes. High fructose corn syrup is the second most ingredient in your favorite drinks, right? The next one is caramel color. So AKA a dye, another petroleum byproduct. I'm assuming on that one, I didn't look that one up. But nevertheless, caramel color, not caramel, caramel color. You know what I'm saying? So then the next one is phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid, and we'll touch on that in a little bit. Next is natural flavors, whatever that means. They don't want to list all those out, but they'll tell you that phosphoric acid is in there. But natural flavors, whatever that means. And then the last ingredient is caffeine. So we know that high fructose corn syrup is already trash. We already glossed over that one. But let's go ahead and look at phosphoric acid. First of all, I want y'all to literally pause this video. You don't even have to read it because I'm going to read it off to you. But just look at the images that come up when you see phosphoric acid. Go look at what that looks like. Look at those chemical jars that they're in. So I saw pictures of them in barrels, like an oil barrel. And that's going into your drink and that's going into your body. Just think about that. Now, a literal definition. Once again, you probably saw it on Google if you actually stopped and Googled it. Most important oxygen acid of phosphorus used to create phosphoric. Damn, I can't read my own hand. Phosphate salts for fertilizers. For fertilizer, that's going into your drink, right? And then like it by itself can burn lips, tongue, throat, and stomach. It messes up the stomach lining. Your throat, the stomach lining, your mouth, it forms the cavities in your teeth, it recedes your gums backwards. That's going in your drink. You know what I'm saying? And then long-term exposure causes dry, cracked skin. And we'll get into that in a little bit, but like dry, cracked skin, what does that imply? Dehydration. When your body doesn't have enough water, nutrients, all that type of stuff, it cannot function correctly. And this is in one of the most popular drinks in the world, right? We look at caffeine. The literal definition that I got was caffeine is a drug Literally says it. Caffeine is a drug that stimulates your brain and nervous system. It's a stimulant. Then y'all know my philosophy in life. If you're pregnant, you shouldn't be eating this, or you shouldn't be drinking this. Pregnant women should limit intake. It increases the cortisol and adrenaline levels. In small doses, it makes you feel refreshed and focused, because there are natural sources of caffeine out there, right? In large doses, like these big ass cups of soda that we be drinking at these restaurants and getting refill when we're at a restaurant, large doses can make you feel anxious and make you have difficulty sleeping. Once again, my handwriting's trash, so forgive the stuttering. I just scribbled this down so I could write this down for this video. But anyway, so then we got there's a list of the ailments that can be caused by caffeine. Too much caffeine can result in raise in body temperature, frequent urination, dehydration, dizziness and headaches, rapid heartbeat, heart palpitations, restlessness, anxiety, irritability, and that inevitable crash. When that drug wears off, you get into that crash. And one of the things that wasn't in that list is it gives you withdrawal symptoms. Like they said, it's a drug. And if you don't get your drug, for those of you that don't get that coffee, what is it that you look like? What symptoms do you exhibit when you don't get your morning coffee, for example? You feel anxious and you're irritable. Don't talk to me until I drink my coffee. Because you didn't get your fix, you didn't get your drug. And that's something that's sprinkled into everybody's favorite quote, quote, refreshment. You want to keep drinking Coke? That's your business, that's your life. But if you were drinking this type of stuff out of a place of ignorance, you simply didn't know what was going on with it, that's one thing. But now you know. And if you're going to keep drinking it, that's on you. To the next one. Peace.